Hi, my name is Pat Appling, and here in front of this gorgeous hydrangea bush is the perfect place to pretend that we are a paintbrush and do the fat, fat, skinny, skinny. Fat, fat, skinny, skinny, fat, fat, skinny, skinny, fat, fat, skinny, skinny, skinny.
Hi, my name is Pat Appling. I'm so glad you're with me today. We're going to do the fat, fat, skinny, skinny, just as I should demonstrate it for you outside in the nice air today. Yeah, maybe I've lost my mind a little bit, but that's okay. We have a good time. I think that painting should be a lot of fun, and there are a lot of different shortcuts you can make and just different things you can do to make it a little easier and to have more fun. The reason I call it the fat, fat, skinny, skinny to do cluster flowers is that you use the fat part of the brush twice and the skinny part of the brush twice. This is the fat part of the brush. This is the skinny part of the brush. So when you do your strokes, you have the 2 strokes with the fat part of the brush and 2 strokes with the skinny part of the brush. And before I demonstrate it to you today, I want to show you a couple of things that you should not do. Okay, this is a fat, fat, skinny, skinny stroke, where you use your brush, use the fat part of the brush, and I'm using a filbert brush, and I've got the fat, fat, skinny, skinny. Remember, this is the fat part of the brush. This is the skinny part of the brush. These are some of the things I see people do that are not right. When I say fat, fat, skinny, skinny, they'll do a fat, fat, and a skinny, and it looks like a Western top hat or something. We don't want to do that. Then they'll do the fat, fat up here, and they'll do the skinny, skinny way down there, and it's 2 completely disjointed strokes, and that's not what we want either. Then you'll have someone who will take and go out. They'll start here in the center, and by the way, this is what I call the bullseye. This is the area you want all of your strokes to come to. But they'll start at the bullseye and go out, doing fat, fat, skinny, skinny. And that way they don't have those nice round edges that you get with the filbert brush. So we don't want to do that either. And then when we have someone who gets it right, they have the nice fat, fat, skinny, skinnies, and they line them up in straight rows like they're planting a garden. That's not what we do either for a cluster flower. And then we have people who do them correctly, but they stay really tight inside a circle. And they end up with a flower with a halo. That's not right either. Let's just see.
Skinny, skinny, fat, fat, skinny.
I told you a lot of things that are not right, so let's see what is right. What I've done here is just take a canvas and put some blue and white for the base part of my hydrangeas, and with some purple in the centers of them for where the shadows are going to be. And I put a little blue, ultramarine blue and sap green around the outside edges. And you can see how nice and soft the edges are. This is really, really important. So let's get started with our fat, fat, skinny, skinny. I'm taking my brush. I'm going into some white plus some ultramarine blue. Getting a nice smooth load. And it's mostly white, just kind of a light blue. Alrighty, I've got my brush nice and smooth, so I'm going to go fat, fat. Ooh, you can't see that, can you? Need more white. Okay. Let's do fat, fat, skinny, skinny now. Don't want it solid white, because if you get it solid white, it's just too much. Let's try this. Fat, fat, skinny, skinny. Use the fat part of the brush, skinny, skinny. And every stroke comes back right to the center here. That's our little bullseye. We want to be sure we go to the bullseye. Fat, fat, skinny, skinny. 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 Okay, Pat, quit getting so carried away here. But see, a lot of my outside edges are kind of soft, And that's good. We want nice soft outside edges so they don't look so hard. And we can go back and we can highlight these a little bit. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. Fat, fat, skinny, skinny, fat, fat, skinny, skinny, fat, fat, skinny, skinny. And just like that, I've already got a beautiful hydrangea. And I haven't even gotten started good on this. Okay. I think painting should be fun. And I think it should be simple. So that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Fat, fat, skinny, skinny, fat, fat, skinny, skinny, fat, fat, skinny, skinny, fat, fat, skinny, skinny. And notice I'm not staying exactly on the inside of my lines. And because that looks really clownish if you do stay right on the inside of the lines. And notice the angle. These down here, the fat, fat, skinny, skinnies are upside down. Up here they're facing up. Here they're just kind of sideways. Fat, fat, skinny, skinny, fat, fat, skinny, skinny. More paint, more paint, more paint. When I move my brush away, all I'm doing is getting a little bit more paint. Fat, fat, skinny, skinny, fat, fat, skinny, skinny, fat, fat, skinny, skinny, fat, fat, skinny, skinny. And I'm not referring to myself when I'm on my diets either. Or maybe I am. Who knows? Alrighty. Just like that, I've already got both of these filled in. Let's just highlight them just a little bit. You don't want these really harsh, but you do want to go back in, and I'm going back in with just a little bit of off-white, white with just a slight bit of blue in it, just to tip some of these to make them look like they're sticking out a little bit. See, I'm just getting the tips of them, the tips of the little petals. And you don't even have to be right on the petals. You can just do a few new ones. There's a few skinny, skinny, fat, fats, but not as big as the others. Alrighty, righty, righty. Here we go. Couple more. Couple more. Just nice and easy. And you want a little bit more highlight up here. I'm saying my light is coming from the right, so we want a little bit more highlight in that area. Okie dokie. How's that? Maybe a couple more down here. A little bit more, not much. And I'm using mostly the tip of my brush, not a whole lot of the entire brush. Alrighty, now what makes the magic with this and makes it really look like hydrangeas, and I'm just going to use this little brush because it's got a little bit more, it's a little bit bigger around. I'm just going into some pure yellow, putting it on the end of my brush, and I'm just going to come back here and just stick some little centers in. And you don't have to be really careful to be sure you get them in the correct places.
Skinny, fat, fat, skinny, skinny, fat.
And by the way, today I've been using the W oil paints. I really like them. They're very rich color. I've been very happy with them. And you can just wash them right out of your brush with water. So I found I really like it. I'm just throwing in a few little leaves now. And my name is Pat Appling. I'm a travel teacher. I teach oil and acrylic, and I teach flowers. I teach landscape, seascape, anything you want me to teach. I do a few portraits, and I would love to come to your town. If you would like to get a group of 10, 12, 15, 20 people together, I would love to come teach you a workshop. My email address is patappling@msn.com, and I'm on Facebook, so please friend me on Facebook. And I've certainly enjoyed being with you today. I think those are lovely hydrangeas. Very simple, very easy. So remember to keep smiling and keep painting. Thank you.
Fat, fat, skinny, skinny, fat, fat, skinny, skinny,